Chapter 76. Why Hearst Media Produce Films and Synthetic Fibers. In 1936, a film was produced and published for the first time as a part of the hemp extermination tactic initiated by William Randolph Hearst and Harry Jacob Anslinger, the Commissioner of the United States Narcotic Authority. The movie was called Reefer Madness. By screening this film, they hoped to instill to fear in society about him. One of the scenes in the film included where the woman used cannabis to laugh out loud and take off their clothes and bathe like crazy in the sea. It was also shown how a man kills another man using after a hemp cigarette. The public who watched this film was caught in a dilemma. That is, these views were popular enough among the general public to ignore the USDA Bulletin 404 report. The commentators who worked in the Hearst newspaper media network who took advantage of it introduced hemp smoking as a deadly intoxication through their articles. The need for immediate action against hemp smoking was frequently promoted through Hearst media magazine and newspapers. Although its disadvantages as a drug often published, they have not socialized about the special advantages. At the same time, a second film was created to help the eradication of hemp, and it was called Devil's Weed. There is a peculiar phenomenon that I need to explain you. It should be said that however beneficial the use of hemp is, it varies according to the person using it. That is, if the person who uses it does not have rational intellects, he will not have the true progress of hemp, because hemp is not an artificial intelligence. It is only a drug that helps to direct the intelligence openly. The actions performed by a person using hemp are the actions performed according to their intelligence level. Also in 1937, a book on Ayurvedic in Sri Lanka was published. It was called Ayurvedic Pharmacopoeia. The process carried out by the media for this hemp massacre started to cause debates among the members of the American Parliament. Because of this, in 1937, William C. Woodward, who represented the American Medical Association, was assigned to give an awareness lecture about marijuana smoking to the federal government cabinet. At the end of this lecture, Dr. Woodward said that no evidence had been found so far regarding the dangers of marijuana cigarettes, but from future researchers we can discover its features. You have an understanding about how politics and the media have misled the people in the past. You may have had an idea and you may understand how media organizations are doing the same task in the present. That is, if you think about the sacrifices made by today's media to hide the truth that is visible to people, such as using artificial sweeteners to socialize harmful food and drinks to people, how much can this media show harmful things to society in a way that people can't see? You will get a clear answer from that example. They deceive us while we are awake. The current situation in Sri Lanka is also in the same. Media organizations biased to certain political parties are protecting their identity by favoring political parties to get their privileges. Its main institutions are Hiru TV, Derana TV and Sirasa TV in Sri Lanka. From that, Hiru Media Company carries more publicity regarding drugs. Derana Media carries propaganda about religion. Sirasa Media is showing love for the country and socializing the meaningless pro-Indian drama and filling people's heads with nonsense. Like William Randolph Hearst losing investment, you have probably noticed that media executives have a purpose lately. Isn't their sole aim to join politics and thus gain the power that their institutions do not have? They will inevitably continue this process until people start thinking rationally. Because the media is the easiest way to get into people's heads and they will definitely take full advantage from it. And I will mention that another thing media is doing so far, playing with innocent people's mind by promoting trade unions and parties, which have been doing ridiculous things since the past. The media organization only hope to create an unsettled problem, and by that, as a solution to those problems, they will include a man as a hero in the society and give him political power. You can see that they have been successful lately. As long as you don't solve problems rationally, you and society as a whole will lose. To win the club, you must first to be rational. In 1937, the DuPont Company of America obtained the necessary patent for the production of plastic from crude oil and coal. The company DuPont invented it and called it plastic fiber. Using this new product, DuPont developed many synthetic materials such as cellophane, cellulite, methanol, nylon, rayon, and dacron. These synthetic fibers were able to act as substitutes for natural fibers. Until then, the products were made using hemp fiber was decreased by 80%. At the same time, due to media publicity for products made using plastic fibers, the demand for those products increased rapidly. Also, during this time, Hearst Media Network spread false theories about hemp. They socialized that there is a direct connection with hemp behind incidents like murders, rapes, car accidents. Also, they were able to mislead the general public by publishing false information about hemp daily in newspapers. At that time, the common people would not have imagined that all these were actions to keep the value of his acres of forest stable. And also, the third film about hemp is socialized in 1937. That film is called Assassin of Youth.
Please subscribe our channel, Project Ceylon, and thank you very much for your appreciation.